hill to be found within the vale and sleepy moors of deep Lancashire. Found in the midst of timelessness, a hill full of mystery and magic. This hill is older than time itself. Its summit reads the lay of the land all around, from moor to dell. Through its soft and stony body runs the veins of waters that connect to a well. Green moss, soft, springy, damp and brown dry, rushes and grass stirred by breeze, waving hello and goodbye. Some say the hill is a giant, locked in eternal sleeping sigh. A hill which blows rich with tales of boggarts, fairies, dwarves, and witches. This is the majestic Brown Wardle Hill. Its moors abound with hoof, paw, and beak, not to mention things lurking deep. The air is filled with jubilant choruses of feathered songsters in mystic flight, kestrel, raven, lark, swallow, and twite. The bleating and giddy play of lambs, the slow sway of cows, and the hum of bees dense in the air. The speedy hare darts everywhere. Badger emerges for nighttime air. Fox waits and stares. The deer graves with no sound. Listen! Some horses approach, over ground. Base of the hill, by an ancient elder tree, 3 horses cantered to trot and stop. 3 friends dismount from their horses. All have on their arms a bird of prey. Nicholas de Hill had a peregrine falcon. His sister Hilda de Wardle Hill had on her small wrist a merlin. The monk, known as Bartholomew, was carrying a goshawk. Nicholas and Hilda's father was away on an important journey concerning the future of Whitworth. The three ascended the hill under vast, swirling skies, through imagination's wildest eyes. Each bird took flight and soared into the air. The friends hadn't noticed the heron flying nearby, and suddenly it was struck by Hilda's bird. Falling to the ground, the heron was hurt. Hilda found herself alone without her companions and rushed after the injured bird, attempting she might capture and treat the fallen heron. Meanwhile, Nicholas de Wardle Hill had been hastily summoned by a breathless squire to attend some urgent duties in the nearby town of Ratchadal, and had soon departed on his horse. As Hilda reached out for the bird, the heron evaded her and sprang into the well. And behold, as it touched the mirror-like water, a strange mist arose, concealing the bird from view. As Hilda gazed in amazement, the mist gradually assumed human form. most incredible-looking lady mortal eye ever saw met the young lady's astonished gaze. Her hair, dressed with bracken and the soft moss often found in wells, streamed, sparkling with dew-like ornaments upon her shoulders. Her eyes of liquid blue shone out from a face of mingled beauty, intelligence, and mischief. Her green robe of moss and rushes, with a shimmering lustre, descended to the surface of the water. Her left hand held a sceptre, whilst her right had on it a golden bracelet, and extended towards Hilda with a reproachful quiver.
Welcome, O lady, welcome to the abode of the one who is daughter of this hill. Often in the past, you and other maidens came to my well to bathe your eyes on a fair May morning, that childlike ye might learn whom ye should wed. Now you have learned yet greater knowledge, for thy bird has stricken, the queen of the well, stricken only once in all time before.
And she made a slight motion towards the golden bracelet.
Did you ever hear of fair Gertrude de Burgh?
Hilda trembled violently. Gertrude de Burgh, one of her mother's friends, had disappeared mysteriously on Brown Wardle Hill some 20 years before.
You tremble. Gertrude de Burgh did as you have done. Her bird struck me, and I led her here to my silvery mirrored home. Come, you too shall see it.
And before the shivering girl could offer up any resistance, the queen of the well seized her with magic and took her into the water, out of sight. The moon was casting a flood of radiance over Brown Wardle Hill when the monk reached the old well, but no sign of Hilda could he see. He made a hasty circuit, peering everywhere, and then returned to the well and pondered deeply. As he spoke the words, a mist rose from the water before him, and the naiad appeared. Her eyes were shining with a malicious and mischievous triumph.
I come, O monk. Hilda has elected to stay in my silvery watered home. I gave her a choice. I told her, return as she will. But if she did, then her father would not make his journey safely over the Atlantic Ocean. And she must suffer for the blow her fiendish hawk did give me. So, as she had willed to remain, her father will remain safe. Otherwise, he had not been so an hour. So bid your farewell at once. This hill and well are forever mine.
As she spoke, her features became indistinct within the mist, and the monk became conscious of a heaviness like sleep falling upon him. He strove to raise his hands, strove to utter some words of protest, but a power beyond his own held him in control. And just as sleep overcame him, he saw the form of Hilda. When he again came to, he was laying near the well, the sun shining brightly above in the sky. He remembered distinctly all that he had seen and heard. As he gazed at the now murky water of the well, he saw lying in it the dead body of Hilda de Wardhill's bird. Nothing more was heard of the hapless maiden Hilda. It was the monk alone who kept hidden the knowing that she was strangled by magic in the well that day. But tradition tells that sometimes before the sun rises on the 1st of May, when the dew is at its most magical, 3 figures may be seen wandering hand in hand over the slope of Brown Wardle Hill. All have moss-drenched hair and eyes of shining blue. All have robes of shimmering green, sparkling with dewy pearls. But the face of one is merry, and those of the others is sad. Then, folks say, as the sun casts its first bright beams over the hill, the trio wend their way to the old Lady Churnwell, and the mist which sometimes floats nearby marks the fading away into their silver-mirrored home of the Queen of the Well and her captives, Gertrude de Burgh and Hilda de Wardle Hill. Some folks say on top of Wardle Hill, as the sun rises up on the 1st day of May, 3 figures in shimmering robes wend their way to the edge of the Churnwell. for it is here that they dwell. Some folks say on top of Wardle Hill the sun rises up on the first day of May. 3 figures in shimmering robes wend their way to the edge of the churn well, for it is there that they dwell.
Everybody together.
Some folks say at the top of Wardle Hill, as the sun rises up on the first day of May, 3 figures in shimmering robes wend their way to the edge of the churn well, for it is there that they dwell.